before say abujafo ebebemuno ma yemfa Dr. Ogum nensema o kan no itu dwa no na yemfa nche local stories no ase emse yedi nkan abonra ama extra time jumedi no sukura no yesan etimu na yentie full version no na fi the story no buy na odi message no buy no yemfa nka ho yenche adwen kakra mfa ho Dr. Prosper Ogum.
On Friday, he engaged the goalkeeper's coach that he's not ready for the game. That was Friday night, around 10 p.m. He engaged him that he was not ready for the game. And then the goalkeeper's coach also engaged Joe Ban, who is on national duty, to discuss it. So he got back to him to let him understand that he has to be ready for the game because Assari is gone on national duty. But then he insisted that he was not ready mentally and psychologically. He was not ready for the game. So yesterday in the morning, our 1 hour shake-up, the goalkeeper's coach went to him and then still engaged him, trying to convince him to be ready for the game, but he still insisted. So I was there when the goalkeeper's coach came to tell me that this is what Danlad is saying. So because it was time for training, I allowed training to end, after which I followed up as the head coach to go to Danlad at the residence one-on-one. I had a conversation with him, and then he kept to what he said, that he's mentally and psychologically, I'm quoting what he said, that he's not ready. And looking at the nature of the game, he can realize that the game is too dear to our heart as a technical team, as IMC, and for the past 3 weeks, he's not been active, and the usual pre-match feelings that he experiences before a game, he's not experiencing those things. So he's mentally and psychologically not ready. So when he said that, I gave him time to reflect. And then upon a second thought, I was like, or the technical team were like, you can't force somebody to be in when mentally he's not ready. So we engaged the FA, and then the FA also engaged the head coach, which is Otoado, and made him aware that this is the situation. That would mean that we have only one goalkeeper, and we can't come to this game with one goalkeeper.
Okay.
So Otto also agreed and then allowed Assari to come. So we had to fly Assari in to come and keep this game. So it was based on the statement that Danlad made, that he was not mentally and psychologically, I'm quoting what he said, ready for the game. And that his usual pre-game feelings, the feelings of confidence, determination that he normally experiences, he's not experiencing it. And again, because of the fact that he can see that the game is too dear to us, and because he has not been match fit for some time now, he thinks that we don't have to let him be in the pool. So basically, that's why you cannot see, because he was the assistant goalkeeper against Hasselhoff. So if anything is to go by, he has to be the first goalkeeper, and then Moise will have to be the deputy. So that is the reason why Assari is here today. We can't come to this game with one goalkeeper. And if Assari is in, because he kept the game against Hasselhoff, automatically he has to be in pool, and then Moise will have to be on the bench.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much.
Okay. Coach Prosper Nete Ogum, and Simodi Ebabonti, I don't know.
Well, on Mitier Prosper Nete Ogum, and honestly, I think it was the Saturday, and I'm say, me reading. In fact, I read the story also from GFA site.
Okay.
Say Assari has been released for the Kotoko game. My first comment was that, come on, this is disrespectful to Danlad and Moise Poiti. Inti Kotoko ntimi for Danlad ne Poiti enda against Oli to the extent Zombe Kwako recall it Assari from the national camp. Then I decided to ask questions and inquire. And sana me binya details as narrated by the coach. In fact, Utien Semria, the first point of throughout the week, not Danlad, and no more training with him as the one being prepared for the game. From Monday, in fact, some more ball 11 aside, near Odem the probable 11 was Danlad.
Okay.
Then fast forward Friday evening after almost last major training. I don't know coaches, goalkeepers. In fact, it was Najao because now the other one,
Juba,
no Accra.
Yeah.
Najao was also surprised because throughout the training they didn't see anything wrong with Danlad, which they thought say Omar preparing for the game. So fast forward, the coach went to see him in person to have that discussion. Yeah, Danlad say on psychologically ready. Now maybe some who say yes, people can have the psychological problem, but in a situation where the number one or national camp na moya trepe na sa time no any time or services ye needed, not as a professional or as an ordinary player, the captain of the team. Some power psychological challenger say we go further actually coach no and now paying for problem kwa a destabilize you psychologically to be understood. But you can't train throughout the week, train well through our coaches think that you are ready for the game, only to tell them Friday evening 10 p.m. Say psychologically you are not ready.
Match is the following day.
Match and so no, it's Friday and you
Friday, but I'm match in the bay.
I'm born Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
By Friday, no,
Saturday.
and I'm saying your major training.
Okay.
Saturday, they shake up cake. So, Omubo na Najao Frey, Juba wa Accra, Omuboma, then they have to tell the head coach.
Otuado.
David, Omukanchre, Omucoach. Say initially, na head coach, any way of what was going on, doctor. The doctor T and ono as I call Danlad. And I'm told, say, the players were also shocked to hear say Assari is coming. So doctor needed to find out from Danlad.
Yeah.
No say inti nkomoi so boni teammate na mane ana say den because players no so ntiase. Crofo be nwimi. So the IMC had their discussion. And interestingly, I'm sure they would tie nipa na testing na obisa say etina ka doctor mun tumi nkepi sansem we nyina as internal matter.
Yeah.
No more handle. I think it was a Sunday morning and na dakwa jasi. Yeni enu Star Times.
Yeah.
Also control Facebook asking why Kotoko will request to say the mimi huye na means maybe sano request for the service of Assari Danlad brabra anti comments and was you know the IMC at a point in time were contemplating zombie release to explain the situation but they felt say at that time so we release obe divert attention there so they agreed that the head coach should explain. It was IMC's decision.
Okay.
So the head coach should explain circumstances they lead to. So more fret Assari than about them.
Okay.
Until no pre-match.
I see.
And a post-match and so it was the decision for the IMC to explain.
Okay.
Now minim after that and come on money Danlad. Several people are giving several interpretations to Danlad attitude. No. It before that a chain or ten or number 2 no or you're comfortable or you're happy into a train da out there hear them no show kotoko for so important. So at the time I find to keep a beer Assari in honor or Bebabe saving. That is when he can show his powers. There are others who also think that he didn't see the match to be competitive enough into Unconco them and Kojenim Gracie. But whatever it is, whichever the situation is, a professional player can't behave this way because you don't select games.
Okay.
Now, baby, Arianka, you're stripping off your captain's armband. If you're captain of a team, now put you up this attitude that the next day you lose your captain's armband.
Okay.
Some can even go to the extent of sanctioning you.
Okay.
Because you need to convince them why we're prepared throughout the week, Monday to Friday. Last minute also when you're psychologically ready. Psychologically ready be me ayari into a destabilize me and now a beer me you need to explain further to convince the leadership of the team why you are psychologically down. But you can't just say it by mouth. Say me not ready for the game. Mean to me that. Me was sign contract work. So for me, it was a bit very, very unprofessional on the part of Danlad, unless you can convince them what made him psychologically unstable after the Friday's training.
Good afternoon, sir. I understand Danlad perfectly. He's lost his position to Felix Assari. And You want him to come and disgrace himself in a fixed match? No way. Gattuso, Bernard, Kibi, anyway, and so Abreu.
On the Turf Sports.